Hi, I'm Lisa with Unlimited Book Reviews, and today's review is for Jenna Barwin's Dark Wine at Midnight, a Hill Vampire novel, Book 1, and you can see the cover there. Dangerous, sexy, and gripping. So the genre that this is under right now on Amazon is an action and adventure and fantasy romantic. So it's kind of coined under both. I really felt like it really was more under a mystery type of book, and I'll tell you why as we go on. Right now its best ranking is 10,053 on .com. It's a Hill Vampire novel. It's number 1 in the series, and it's 368 pages long, so it's definitely full size. The main characters in the book, we have our heroine, Sarissa Patel, and then we have our hero, Henry Bautista. Now there's actually one more point of view shown in this book, the police chief, Tig Anderson. So it's done by all 3 of those points of views rotating around and written in third person. The book description: a seductive spy, an alpha vampire, a deadly assassin after them both. When a rogue vampire group emerges from the shadows to enslave mortals, research scientist Sarissa Patel is the only one with an inside track to stop them. The catch? She must go undercover in a vampire-controlled town where an assassin is on the loose and everyone is a suspect, including herself. Worse, she must ignore her growing attraction to vampire Henry Bautista. He's rich, dangerous, and as complex as the wines he makes, and he will do anything to stop her from hurting the community he built. So you can see that it's kind of built out with Henry watching her every move. She must uncover who's behind the rogue vampires and stop the assassin before Henry discovers what's hidden beneath her skin. So cool. So she kind of goes through being sent there. She's a research doctor, a research scientist, and she has to acquire investors. And she's an envoy for another vampire. So she kind of shows up working for another vampire, and there's rules as a representative of that vampire. But she's actually a double agent for her own undercover agency. So it's really the kickoff to the beginning of a series. She has to protect humanity from the vampires running the town. But basically, this agency is protecting them from vampires everywhere. It protects humanity, period. She learns there's a killer on the loose and becomes unlikely allies with the town founders and the different people who live there. But during the investigation and search for investors, she realizes she's attracted to Henry, despite her double agenda. And she has to come to terms with those feelings and figure out how to make her own decisions and really run her own life. And that's kind of her character development during the course of the story. And at the end, she, makes those hard life decisions that she's not going to let anyone else run her life. So, the originality was definitely there, yes. There's suspense, for sure, and a little bit of humor. There's lots of drama and conflict, and mystery. The mystery is the big one. There's a few shooting scenes, but otherwise no major action. So I kind of build this out as kind of a simultaneous mystery romance. The mystery starts right at 3% into the book. And the romance and them getting to know each other, they meet at 8% into the book. There's an inciting force right around 24% into the book that really kicks off the mystery part and gets her involved even more. And then the sparks start to fly between her and Henry around 44% into the book. Sex happens around 76% into the book, and it is blatant and out there, 4 pages, very descriptive. It's kind of it's not a behind closed door type of thing. But there's no other women that she's competing with. The mystery, some of it does wrap up in this book, but the whole overall storyline of protecting humanity and all that sort of stuff that I don't want to totally blow it for you doesn't wrap up, and there is a second book out. There's no weird kink or darkness to the book, and there's not exactly a happily ever after. So I don't want to totally ruin it, but you have to check it out to see what I'm talking about. The writing, the author on this book is named Jenna Barwin. It's written in a very easy to read third person style, so very classic style of writing. No major typos, no weird inconsistencies that you kind of wonder about. You aren't left hanging except for the continuation of the plot. Nothing incorrect in it. Right now she has 2 books in Kindle Unlimited, 2 out of 2, and they're the first and second in this series, so you'll be able to move right into the second one. Did I like it? Yeah, I would call it good. So quotes highlighted, there weren't any highlighted by the reader at this time, so I picked some. She wanted to drop a handful of silver coins down his pants and give a new meaning to that itching, burning sensation. Pretty funny. Sometimes what you want and what you think you should want are entirely different things. That wasn't Sarissa, that was Shayna, a supporting character. Not nice, but being nice didn't protect her from bullies. That's so true. So right now there's 46 reviews for this book on Amazon.com, 4.6 out of 5 rating, so fairly high. Tammy says this was an interesting and engaging read, well written with developed characters. The story had mystery, suspense, espionage, romance, and love. A great read that I highly recommend. LMC's heading says, intelligent paranormal romance with steamy scenes. That's true. Whoop. And then 3 stars by Read Freak, whose heading says, not bad for a cliffhanger. The body says, it's a good story, interesting characters, and a couple twists figuring out the bad guy. I just wish that I had realized it was not a standalone book. I hate that. 3 stars because it's not a bad story, but kind of slow-paced, and because it's a cliffhanger. I won't read any more of the series. I hate an ending story, an in-ending story. So it has a cliffhanger. But the second book is now out, and I haven't read that, so I don't know if that has a cliffhanger too. It isn't exactly clear if this is supposed to be a trilogy, or if this will go on forever and indefinitely, but go out and read it and see what you think. Leave me some comments. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe if you haven't, if this helped you. And thanks so much for stopping by.